So, a pro-censorship group of one of the, Japanese religious groups, particularly Shinto, within the Shinto, called the Associations of Shinto Shrines, decided to take jabs at DDM games that was known for these big hit browser games such as Kentai Collections and Token Ramble, which both of them is Mo looking warship girls and by Shonen historical swords, which I, I don't know what else to say, and they're saying that it's evoking bad feelings, and what they were saying is the DDM games is making the insult of the Shinto by making a game. Like, there's so much worse things to be dealing with issues in Japan, particularly with the work culture and the society in general, that they need to do something to help lift the spirits of people in Japan instead of doing something like this. Yes, I know this is something unusual of me talking about a a PC game that I didn't really care about, but I'll still talk about it nonetheless because this is how this is you basically get a headache reading the articles. I'll post a link down below my description and talk about it, so you can just have a headache. So Iwahashi said it was also said that people with shallow understanding of shrines and Japan stages might be able to generally enjoy this game. However, my fears is that such people will come to the shrines thinking of them as the settings or characters will act disrespectfully while others are trying to visit the shrine, which I find it to be preposterous. There's all sorts of people don't think that, oh, I'm just going to disrespect the shrines and all. It's just, yeah, when we talked about it, and even gamers, they had to visit the shrine, the Shinto shrine or temple to pay respect to gods, all from throughout their whole lives. And DDM games, I'm glad they're firing back, and they're saying that it has nothing to do with real life counterparts, and that game is purely fictional, with characters not meaning to have a connection with shrines that they are named after. And I was like, good job, DDM games, for standing up to this particular religious group of a Shinto. I was like, can you just focus on dealing with real life problems that Japanese people are having instead? And also, I wanted to talk about another one I really am talking about is parents are offended by this ecchi manga, and I find this. Look, I'll be really clear. I don't really care about this ecchi stuff. I don't really care about this type of content, but I will let them in because modern ecchi manga are way tamer compared to hentai manga and what Weekly Shonen had did in the earlier days in 1968 and they basically what they're doing is with this is they're competing with Weekly Shonen Sunday and Weekly Shonen magazines from of two respective rivals, which the magazines, the latter two, out is are older than Weekly Shonen Jump by about a year, 11 years, which is not surprising, though. And it's just like, so I don't get why parents are mad at this, like, well, this latest manga. And parents, what? It's not fans mad, it's parents who are particularly mad at Yuna of Yuragi Manor for this kind of content, like ecchi works, and this I'm like, what's going on? So there's people, and they now I don't really understand this. They have this on like Strawberry 100%, To Love Real, To Love Real Darkness. They're Food Wars. That's rather tame. There's Nisekoi. That's also tame. There are samples that I consider tame compared to what those vanilla Japanese hentai manga and all in the earlier titles. And I'm like, really? Have you seen Wanma One Half and the earlier Dragon Ball, where there are some nudity? I'm like, yes, there are full nudity, but it wasn't too sexualized, and so there are fans, there are people. There's not just fans that were mad. So there are also people that they went on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, to voice their concerns about this type of depiction of female cast, which parents they're all saying that it's inappropriate for children that reach. Oh, so I was thinking, can parents just be parent, parent, and like leave them alone. Just don't look at Weekly Shonen Jump. Just leave them alone. Let children and teenagers and let young adults read it. That's it. And now, what the irony is this? The irony is that the creator was that what they're trying to defend. Now I'm gonna look at the other ones, and there's numerous examples of many manga and anime fans have remembered seeing this full frontal nudity till the late 90s. and this is kind of ironic. The irony of it is that hold on. Now I'm looking through this one. I'm scrolling down the computer, and they said Kawashima has said that fan service in general has been moving towards passive depictions as opposed to the active scenes of the past. And the 1960s and 1990s featured characters performing flipping skirts, and what involves certainly flipping a skirt or dress. Other fan service tropes, including actively fondling a girl from. I'm not gonna read this one. You have to look at the. This has changed greatly in recent times, and it does make sense. They had to comply with certain laws, recent laws which I understand that. Oh, great. So the ecchi manga and anime were they're being treated as this, as if it was extremely sexual and very encouraging the the anime fans and manga fans to be perverts, and that's like, that's so narrow minded. It's I don't understand the people sometimes. It's like every time they look at cross players, they look at it as, oh my god, you're cross dressing, and that's like, and it's like what happened. It's similar to what happened to Tokyo Comic Con, which is unrelated. Tokyo Comic Con had to ban male cross dress playing, and they had to change. It's like, oh my gosh. So Shonen and Shoujo manga publishers and had to go through things, making sure that it's not too sexual, not too scandalous, borderline. But I know that they're known for this borderline ecchi and borderline full frontal nudity, but nothing sexual, because they understood that not all of them has to be. Not all of them are. None of them are quite. None of them is too scandalous for his readers. That's what I would say, and no, yeah, it's just they're. I mean, Weekly Shonen Jump and manga has come a long way since 1959, 1968, with their rivals respectively. They come a long way, and the shoujo manga publishers also came a long way of doing well with the audience, and in spite of the growing audience, they rather just go to Weekly Jump. They rather go to some seiji, like, or adult manga than do all that. And it's like, parents, just be a parent and don't let your own opinions, and don't let it. It's just Weekly Shonen Jump has changed a whole lot. That's all I can say, and you know, it just, as Alpha would say this, and just be a parent. You know what I would do if I was a parent? I would just make sure that none of this, the stuff I got were being breached by some kids, and yeah, well, that's it. I have nothing else in mind. Well, that's it. So, and yeah, I'll end this video, and as always, nerds and batakus, game the fun on, and parents, just be a parent and have to your kids, and have some time and enjoy, and let them enjoy their moments. Okay.